City of St. Cloud Drinking Water Treatment Facility supplies all the drinking water for St. Cloud and St. Augusta. The population of St. Cloud is just under 70,000 people, but they say that the area swells up to 110, 120,000 people during work days that we're serving, and we also supply all of St. Augusta with their drinking water too. So we treat roughly, in the winter, we treat about 7 million gallons a day, and then in the summer we treat all the way up to 16 million or some of our high days. Drinking water is incredibly important to the community, so to have a good, reliable source here in the United States of America we take for granted, but it's really important to have for our daily lives. There's always ever-changing contaminants of emerging concern. And in order to stay ahead of that, we try and stay ahead of that with our drinking water facilities, so that's kind of what's driven a lot of our advanced technologies that we put in this last project. And that's why we've gone with UV systems and ozone systems. With our ozone system, ozone's a very strong oxidizer, and we're one of the few communities in the state that have ozone. And then we also have UV for disinfection, and we're going to be the first municipality in the state of Minnesota that uses both those treatment technologies.
Here we have 2 ozone generators. Each one of these ozone generators is fully redundant and is capable of producing enough ozone for all 3 treatment trains. The ozone generators take the liquid oxygen, turn it into gaseous oxygen, which is O2, and the generators turn it into ozone, which is O3.
Ultimately, the main goal of that is to eliminate or reduce taste and odor issues that we see with the surface water application in the springtime and summer. So the end user is getting just a better product overall, a more aesthetically pleasing product.
St. Cloud is the only water treatment facility in Minnesota that utilizes UV reactors for the primary disinfection. Each one of these 2 reactors is rated for 24 mgD. It actually inactivates the bacteria and the viruses in the water so they cannot reproduce as they go into the distribution system.
And then UV light we can use for disinfection, which will help replace some of our chlorine that we use, because we use chlorine as our primary disinfectant right now. So by using UV, it should hopefully reduce the amount of chlorine that we can use for disinfection.
St. Cloud prides itself in sustainability. From reducing the amount of chemicals being used, this project will reduce the amount of powdered activated carbon, potassium permanganate, and chlorine that's being used in the water through the use of ozone and UV disinfection. Also part of St. Cloud's commitment to sustainability is placing solar panels on top of the water treatment facility roof to harvest the natural light energy.
I think it's important to remember that drinking water treatment it's been around for a while, but it's still an evolving process, and we're seeing changes all the time. We're identifying maybe new standards for contaminants or coming up with new processes, new technology. It's important to stay on our toes and make sure we're keeping up on the cutting edge with different options that are available. And for the community, I think that's important too, to make sure that they're getting the best investment with what they're a part of. It's because ultimately that's what it comes down to, is we're providing a reliable utility for the community.